What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration over Lucid by Minimal Audio. A quick disclosure, Minimal Audio is the sponsor of today's video, but no worries, they won't see this video until you guys see this video. So what is Lucid, you may ask? It is a pretty dope granular effect. So when you open up Lucid, it is going to look like this. Now they say this has like the industry's first scale locking, so that you can lock the scale and all the grains will go into the scale. So that's something that's really nice about this thing. It's just got some nice features in this. So it's got like, you've got your typical granular effects here, but then you can do stuff like you can switch over to the scrub feature and it'll like just stay on whatever note that you want it to stay on. And then it'll build texture around that. And so then you can just add so much to that. Obviously you have your scales over here that you can pick. You can make this thing ARP up your chords. So it'll take your chords and make them ARPs for you. You've got LFO features down here, and then you can move your stuff wherever you want to, so on and so forth. But you've got your mod matrix that you can go between. So you got a lot of stuff that you can do in here. You've got this orbit menu down here. And this orbit basically travels between different things that's going to give your granular effect different sounds. You got a percentage of animator depth that you can add to that. You can make it go however many bars as you want. But like my favorite part about this is just the fact that it has all these effects too. So with all these effects, you get to do just crazy stuff. And then you can run the LFOs to the effects, which is all going to work in the granular, you know what I'm saying, engine. It's a very, very well thought out plugin in my personal opinion. I've had it probably for about a week now, so I've only messed with it a little bit though. But I did make a little demo beat. I'm using Lucid all over this beat, so I'm going to play the beat up to a certain part. It's not mixed down the greatest because I'm just using all these different granular tools just so I can use them on all different sounds so I can demonstrate them for you guys. So it's kind of like a little pop beat or EDM beat or something like that. But you'll see I use Lucid on the drums here on this insert, on this automation, and then I use it on the bass right here. So I'm gonna let it go up to that. Lucid's all over everything else. It's on, the currents and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and check this out. Again, it's not all the way mixed down, but let's go. All right, guys, so that was the little demo beat I put together for you guys today. Let's go ahead, hop into current, and I'm kind of let you guys hear some of the stuff that I did with it before I show you guys some of the things that I like. So we're just gonna start right off right here. This was the first thing I had Lucid on, but I ended up taking it off because I wanted to use these chords with this other pattern over here. So when you're listening to current, that was the piano I used, but I have this preset on here, and this is kind of where I originally started the beat out with. So that's just using, you know what I'm saying, the Lucid on just that sound did that for me. And then I use Lucid on this piano too as well. So it's the same exact piano basically, except for I think it's pitched up an octave. And so when I threw Lucid on there, I got it to sound like this. right? So that's pretty cool too there. The next thing that I used Lucid on was this sound right here. Now you hear that. I want you to hear what that sounds like without Lucid on there. Right, so that's pretty dope. All right, guys, this is Editor Something. Normally I change the camera view and all that other stuff, but when I was editing the video this morning, I realized I didn't do a really good job of explaining the portion, and it's a very important section of this plugin. I just kind of got caught away. I was having some technical difficulties, no excuses, but I came back here to pop this in. So down here, very important section. I mentioned this at the absolute end of the video, but it needs to be mentioned before the end of the video because this is like the grain filter, the grain imager, and the grain delay. So like, let's say I push down a key right here, right? All right, now we can turn this grain filter on real quick. So bam, when we turn this grain filter on, so you've got different filter types that you can go through. Let's throw a comb filter on there. So you hear the difference that it's giving me right there, right away. I can come over here and start messing with the resonance, the cutoff, the moderate, all that stuff. And then I can come over here to my grain imager and I can turn this on, and then I can kind of like spread my grains out a little bit. Then I can pan it out as I want. I've got dimension. And then we'll widen it out a little bit. Right? You got different ways you can go through with the grain imager too. You can go smooth or you can unsmooth it if you wanted to. And then you can come over here, you've got different kind of imagers that you can use. And then you also have this grain delay too, which is pretty cool because you've got different taps you can add to it. And you can add more taps. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe I forgot to add this part to the video, dude. I was tripping. This is dope. And that's just me pushing one button down on the keyboard. So I just thought I would come in here. Let's go up just a few more taps just to hear what it sounds like. I mean, that's fire. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start the video back up wherever it starts up. All right, so what makes this scrub kind of cool is like, let's say I come over here and I want to let this current run. So like, let's say I run these two patterns together, okay? Right, that's cool, but I can come over here and hit scrub, and then I can decide exactly which note that I wanted to focus on, and then I can build out from there. So like if I push play, right? So you see how it's going back and forth between that. When I pull it back up, it'll still do that. Now, what's cool is we come over here, we can change this, you know what I'm saying, to E minor, the scale, and we can come back over here and hit it again. So you see how quickly we've changed that up. Now we also have this animator down here, so we can move this around and we're gonna get a different sound. What's cool too is that we can get an orbit if we want one. So I could like turn this up. We can drop this over here. And now watch this. Now you see how that's having an effect? Now we can pop this thing open, and now you see we're getting an orbit that it's gonna orbit around for us. So you see how we're getting it to do a bunch of stuff. I still have it on scrub, so it's focusing on that one note. So if you're wondering why it's coming in late, it just has to get to the note that I picked before it's going to follow that note. But now if I put it back in stretch, so you can do pretty cool stuff there. I use it on some more things too as well. So let me get to that section where I use it on the bass. So I use it on the bass right here. This is kind of what that bass sounded like initially before I put Lucid on there, and then I'll let you hear what it sounds like afterwards. Right? And then this is what it sounds like afterwards. Right? So that was pretty cool too as well. And then the last thing I used it on were these drums. And like when you're gonna hear these drums, it's gonna kind of like give it like a more pattern. It's giving it perks and everything like that, which was pretty cool in the beat. So let's go ahead and just highlight this section. And then if I push play, this is what you were hearing for the drums. Now, once I turn Lucid on, it's gonna sound like this. Right? And so you're still getting the main drum come through and everything like that. So those are kind of some of the ways that I used it for this for this track. But there's so much you can do with this actual plugin. So let's come back over here to this piano. I'm gonna let you guys hear exactly what I'm talking about. So there's a ton of different presets in here that's gonna give your stuff different sounds. So again, this is what this piano sounds like. So now we can start going through different arps, and this is what it's gonna kind of get it to sound like. Right, so you can see you're gonna get a few different arcs and stuff like that. I forgot to mention you've got a step sequencer. You've got everything that you need in this thing. So let's check out some of these presets so you guys can kind of hear some of the different, basically soundscapes and textures you're gonna get from this thing. I mean, just some dope presets in here. I'm not even just saying that to say that. You've got everything that you need. Yo. Yo, hey, if you are doing like ambient music or cinematic music, you gonna love this one. You've got some transforms down here, so it like completely transforms your sound. Hey. This thing is fire in my personal opinion. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at just this sound right here. Right. And so with this, again, what I love is that you can come up under here and start messing with some of these effects. Keep in mind that sound sounds like this again. All right, so what's cool I haven't showed you guys yet is so you can hit play right here, right? Now I showed you that there's art presets, but I can come over here, you know. Right, so you can start getting it to do, you know, different things. You can have it go up to a ninth, whatever you want it in there. You can make it go random. You can make it go chord. So if I push one button, you see it's giving me chords there, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope. And then I could even go up if I wanted to. Right, so we can just do so much stuff, and then we can start messing with some of this over here. I kind of want to bring this back down. Dude, this thing is fire. And then again, you still have this animator down here. Bro, this thing is fire. I definitely recommend grabbing this, especially if you're messing with granular effects, or if this is something that, you know, you're doing movie scoring or anything like that, or just want something that's a cool tool. This is pretty fire. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time I bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the keys.